Right, hello, hopefully you can hear me. I'll wait for a couple of people to get on before I start the cutscene. Oh, I need to mute my phone. Hang on a second, otherwise that's going to do a weird thing. Right, there we go, that's my phone unmuted. So, yeah. So, anyway, as I was saying, I'll let a few people join before I start doing much. Get the live chat up again. Because it might take a couple of minutes for people to get on. So, annoyingly earlier, but thankfully it didn't damage my saves, I tried to extract the music from the game files, and when I did that it corrupted some of the game files, so I had to re-download like 20 gigabytes of data, but I managed to get that done like a minute ago, you know, re-unpacked, so... Yeah, see, have you had a booster recently? Sorry to hear that, but have you had a booster recently? Because I got all those symptoms from my booster. But, yeah, it could be that obviously it's just flu, I guess, or it could be like some COVID variant or anything really, couldn't it? But yeah, I had a bad reaction to my booster that made me feel like that. And I only actually stopped feeling awful, I'd say, maybe Sunday or yesterday. I feel better today than I did yesterday, and I felt much better yesterday than I did Sunday, you know, that sort of thing. But Friday last week, I was awful. You know, like I slept probably, I'd say, 20 hours out of the day. Yeah, I'd say it's probably flu or whatever, because I think the problem is everybody's immune systems have gone to shit because we've been locked down. So, you know, you've not got as much natural immunity as you would for stuff, so a lot of the bugs seem to hit us all harder at the moment, I guess. Anyway... Alright, Dan, now it says a few people are on, I'll let the cutscene play and then I'll chat with people once the cutscene's over. So this is starting from exactly where we stopped streaming last night.
They look just like you guys. Same uniforms, same weapons. We thought we were saved. But they led us to transporters that took us straight to a Terminator factory, with production lines churning out hundreds of them a day.
So our missing people are still there.
Some. Most of them are in a work camp set up not that far from the factory.
Where's that?
Further north.
How far?
I couldn't see. It was dark. It was hard to tell.
You know what I'm asking. Was it behind the Annihilation line?
Yes. Yes, it was.
Shit.
I haven't seen anything like it before. They torch everything in their path. I snuck past it after I broke out of the convoy. The ground was so hot, it melted the soles on my shoes.
Did I hear that right? We're crossing the Annihilation line? That wasn't part of the plan.
It was supposed to be a quick recon mission.
I haven't decided on anything yet.
We're severely unprepared.
Are you sure that's where they are?
Hello,
What's up
everyone.
with him?
I'm not sure.
Sir, we have to consider falling back.
I've noted your concerns, Corporal, but ultimately I'll be the one making that decision. Now I need some time to think this through. For now, Farrell, set up the perimeter. Evans, you're first on guard duty. Let's clear our heads.
So yeah, this one started exactly where we finished streaming yesterday. That's good, Flazzy. And yeah, hello to everybody, and WT Oasis, yeah, I'm feeling a lot better today. The only annoying thing was last night I sort of went to bed quite early, I think by 9 PM at the latest. Fell asleep efficiently, and then I woke up at like 2 AM, and it took me hours to get to sleep again. You know, so it was one of those really annoying nights where, you know, like I was awake for a few hours during the night. So rather than doing nothing, I just listened to a couple of like good audiobook type things. But, you know, it's annoying when that happens because, you know, sometimes you wake up and just can't get back to sleep. But yeah, I hope everybody else is alright, because again, it's annoying Chocolate Muffin to hear that you're like having some issues with like some sort of bug or whatever. So I'll do all the bits here. There'll be a bit of talking to people on this bit, because this is a bit, you know, between the combat missions. We'll definitely want to do toughness too for the bit that's coming up.
Rivers, do you mind checking on the team? We need some time to come up with a plan.
Is everything okay?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm just tired. I must be seeing things. Yeah, that's right. I'm just seeing things.
Could craft some more ammo, so we'll definitely do that. Have I got anything worth trading? I'm definitely not selling any of the violet plasma cells. Laser-guided missiles, I'll probably keep hold of those, even though they're worth quite a lot, because I think later on you do get a missile launcher that you pick up, so, like, not that one, not the lore type one, but the actual, like, Skynet rocket launcher thing. I'll probably want to keep those, so I've got more rockets for that one. But I'll sell all the other, like, electronics and scrap for now. But you're right, Davy.
You don't sound too happy about what's going on.
Why would I be? You've heard Reese. You know what it means. We're crossing the Annihilation line soon. And what for? To finish a mission that makes absolutely no sense. Did you hear that guy? We're going after people that look like us. Isn't that exactly what that note said? The one that you found in Northridge? We're in over our heads. The team should always come first, not the mission. That's what the Resistance taught me. And I know I'm not the only one that feels that way. You do too. That HK in Bakersfield was giving us a lot of problems, and you took care of it because that's what a team does. We look out for one another. Meeting Connor is not worth all of this.
So yeah, like I said, there'll be a big combat bit coming up in a minute with some really good music. If you like the first Terminator, you'll definitely recognise the music, because it's like a remix, like redone version of one of the tracks from Terminator 1. Sadly, I've not found a soundtrack release of any of the music from this yet. Like, the base game's all out, but not, you know, this bit.
Is,
the DLC.
everything alright?
This whole situation has me so wound up, I'm shaking.
For how,
Good for handling
like, low budget this game is, Flazzy, yeah. Because this is the thing, like, when people give this all the bad reviews, I don't think they appreciate that this isn't a AAA game. It's a game made by, like, some Polish development studio and not a lot of money. They just managed to get a Terminator license, and they did a really good job with it.
You're just tired. You need a break.
I'd love to. But since there's no one in 100 miles of here that can help, I think I'll have to power through.
It's too early to start worrying. Reese hasn't decided anything about crossing the Annihilation line.
You know what else he's keeping quiet about? How our previous assignment was stupid and bound to fail. Or how truly fucked up it is that we're back in the trenches just hours after our team got decimated. He hasn't mentioned Brooks, Johnson, or Yang. He hasn't mentioned them once, like they never fucking existed.
Farrah.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't be snapping at you like that.
Let's talk.
Yeah, let's.
Now, this bit coming up, I reckon this is meant to be a reference to the bit in Terminator 1 after the police station where they're sitting under the
Those
bridge.
were the soldiers that died during the mission.
Like how they've
Yeah.
done the lighting and like the angle and everything.
Except they weren't soldiers. Not to me. They were my family. They practically raised me.
How so?
I enlisted when I was 11. I was assigned to this team of 4 guys who I was absolutely intimidated by. I was trying to play the tough kid in front of them, you know? Constantly trying to impress them. Looking back, I must have been an endless source of entertainment for them.
If you've seen the first Terminator, Flazzy, you know how she dies in Terminator 1, and that bit happens exactly in the game as it does in the film, so sorry, spoilers. But she's a character in Terminator 1, like a very minor character in the Future War scene. Or one of the Future War scenes.
Was Reese one of those people?
He was. Well, I hope deep down he still is. The Reese that you've met is not the Reese I knew. That one always had time for his teammates. The man leading us now thinks only about the plan. But, yeah, he used to be part of the team. With the 4 of them, I was happy. First time in my life I had someone looking after me. That's what I imagine having a family must be like. Now I'm starting to think that If I get killed, Reese won't even care. He can't look me in the eyes. Hasn't said my name this whole time. It's always Corporal, like he doesn't know me.
Yeah, this game is really good at being, like, good-looking post-apocalyptic. There's bits where it definitely reminds me of Fallout 3, but I guess that's just because it's, like, when you see the big landscapes where there's only, like, a few structures left intact.
What is she?
It's Charlotte. Anyway, thanks for letting me vent. Sometimes that's all it takes.
Yeah, the same. I know it's not meant to obviously be like a road bridge, this bit, because it's meant to be in a subway station. But this bit reminds me of when in Terminator 1, after they've come out the police station, and they're like hiding, and Sarah Connor bandages Reese's arm. I'm pretty sure it's meant to look exactly like that, with like how the tunnel looks in the angle. Obviously, this was made by people that are obviously massive fans of Terminator 1 and 2, which is why so much of this game is, like I say, really nice if you like those. And again, there's even stuff like this. Look, it's old US civil defense stuff. You know, because I've got CDV, like, radiation detectors, and obviously there's CD rations. But still, it's like, you know, all that stuff is correct. So, you know, there's lots of stuff I really like in this, in terms of, like, how detailed it is, you know, for a low-budget game, in terms of, yeah, attention to detail, I guess, is just the word for, like, both the Terminator and, like, the 1980s sort of setting for it.
Rivers.
Before everything went wrong.
Sir.
I wanted to ask your opinion about what we've heard today. What do you really think happened in Northridge? You think that some rogue resistance squad cut a deal with Skynet? Decided to deliver an outpost full of civilians in exchange for some special treatment? Or maybe you have a theory of your own regarding what's happened.
To me, this looks like the job of Terminators. This is what the infiltration units were made for. We're just now seeing what they're capable of.
Alright, Nick.
I was afraid you'd say that. I trust your judgment. We had the most experience with them.
Is that all, sir?
One last thing. We all know what the deal is with the T-600s. They're easy to spot and their rubbery mugs are not fooling anyone. But what about this new one? I'm asking you because you're one of the few people that got a look at them up close and lived. So you think you would know if you were talking to a Terminator?
I'm sorry to say this, sir, but no. The line has been blurred so much that I couldn't tell the difference.
I appreciate the honesty, Rivers. That's it for now.
Sarge, actually, I've been meaning to tell you something. I think you should talk to Corporal Farrell. It seems to me that she hasn't fully recovered from your previous assignment.
I understand. Unfortunately, that'll have to wait. There's still a lot of work ahead before we move out.
I don't mean to step out of line, sir, but that may be part of the problem.
I see your point, but I can't risk the safety of my team. Preparations have to come first. You can take a break now, soldier. You did a hell of a job today.
Yeah, I hope you're alright, Nick, as well, as Fuzzy said. I still need to watch your video, Fuzzy. I completely forgot yesterday. My cough's at least finally going now, Nick. But yeah, like I said, that seems to have taken absolute weeks to go away. And like I said, when my mum's had probably the same cough, she's had to be put on antibiotics for it. Well, I don't know if it's the same one you've got, but so many people I know at the moment have had, like, you know, coughs that have been really bad recently. Because as I was saying to Chocolate Muffin earlier, I reckon locking people down for ages has just made our immune system shit. So, you know, stuff you'd normally get over quite easily is just way, way worse than it used to be.
What's going on? Ah! Retreat!
What the fuck was that?
I don't know, but we're not staying here to find out. Let's
Right,
go!
so yeah, this is the music I was saying about. If you're a fan of Terminator 1, you'll definitely recognise the music in this.
They're already here.
Find some cover!
Hey, what? Hopefully it won't be too loud over my voice, but let's just turn the music up a bit. So, music, let's put that up to, like, 80 odd.
explosives go off.
All right, everyone on me. Rivers, get that door open.
That thing was an HK Centurion.
How the hell do you know that?
I saw them work on it when I was at that camp.
So, another of their weapons has come on there. We're in deep shit. There's more! Spread out!
Armored Spider, 12 o'clock! Whoa! Scratch that!
Everyone focus! Next time that could be one of us. Time to go! We need to get to the surface, fast!
Oh, that was close.
Rivers, door!
Probably best on a chat-only stream, Dan, because trying to talk about political stuff when I'm trying to focus on not getting shot in the game is quite
What the
difficult.
fuck is that?
Firing squad.
They were waiting for us.
And if you're saying, have I shaved my moustache? Yeah, there was a video I said about that a while ago. It's growing back pretty quickly, but that wasn't intentional. It's just where I've been shaving, and then because I got it like looking not very symmetrical, I kept trimming it down to look symmetrical, and then I look like fucking Hitler. So I then obviously shaved the entire thing off because I'm not like a fucking Hitler.
Too many of them!
Even more now! Drones!
Have I got any hand grenades?
I'm taking them out!
Farrell, focus on those spiders, understand?
Yes, sir!
There they are!
Oh, we're getting destroyed!
Hold them off!
Farrell, watch the bellow!
Got you covered! Clear!
Keep going! Centurion's back! Through that building!
Oh shit, I might be a bit too far behind.
He's out here!
I see them!
Get in cover! More drones! Keep your heads down! Under heavy fire! Heavy fire! I've got this!
Running low on ammo!
Eyes open! HK!
Oh, you've got to be shitting me! It's a dead end!
No, it's not! To your right! Move! We're not far from the extraction point. We gotta keep pushing.
You've got to back up the evac
I
plan?
always have.
Watch out!
Can't stay here long. We're caught in the open. I'm getting tired of this shit.
Watch your back!
Yard fire!
Stay low.
Down!
I'll have a look at the chat properly in a minute. If there's any important questions to me, repeat it in a moment when I'm not getting, you know, swarmed by, all of this Skynet shit.
I've got this.
Just a little further.
It's a whole fucking army!
Anyone have any pipe bombs left? Now's the time to use them.
I've already used all my pipe bombs. See that one? I'm sure it'd be alright, Fallout Cinema.
Last one!
Because I'm sure there's lots of people in history that have had beards other than Islamic extreme.
God fucking damn it!
To your left! Get inside that building! Get a move on!
The HK Centurion actually reminds me a bit of like either a fighting machine or a handling machine from like the Jeff Wayne's War of the Worlds artwork.
Where's that extraction point? About 30 seconds away. We'll make it!
I suppose it's because it's like a spider-like, you know, thing with like the kind of gun pod on the top.
Oh shit, there it is again!
Do not stop! This is it! Go! Go! Go!
Runtgun had a really fucking cool beard. Like the best period for beards is probably like the Victorian era. Like, look at all the US Civil War generals on both sides that had really cool beards. But yeah, like saying, even though I can start to actually grow a beard now, at least like a goatee type one, but yeah, I wouldn't bother myself just because it will always like fuck up the seal of the gas mask. This bit reminds me quite a lot of Fallout 3, like looking over the landscape.
What the hell are we doing here? Is all this really worth it, Jonah?
Sergeant, I wanted to make an official request for a demotion.
There's no need for that, Farrell.
The anti-tank mines that I set up didn't work. I feel responsible.
It's not your fault. None of this should have happened because we shouldn't even be here in the first place.
Easy, soldier.
Sergeant, we're about to cross the Annihilation line, and I'd like to know why.
Because you were selected for this mission. That should be enough for you.
All due respect, sir, it isn't. Is there something that we don't know yet? What's so special about those people? We've been kept in the dark for too long.
Is this how you all feel?
Kyle, there has to be more.
The last message sent before Northridge went silent said that they rescued a group of civilians. These people were kept in cages for years. They were starved, looked like they were barely alive.
No, I didn't, Al, because I've not looked anything about it.
Skynet went looking for them? Why?
They mentioned a name. A name Connor wanted to keep a secret. We didn't want anyone to be emotionally invested in the mission. Seeing how we're all looking over the edge now, one of the people rescued is the father of Sergeant Withers.
What? That can't be true. He's dead. He died years ago.
Connor got a hold of some intel confirming that's not true. He's alive, and he's in that camp. Does anyone have any more questions regarding the mission?
No.
No, sir.
All right. We move out in a couple hours. Get some rest. That goes for you too, Rivers.
But yeah, Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5 are really bad for, like, historical inaccuracy of gas masks. You know, like
Get some shut-eye before the
World War II gas masks in Battlefield 1 and, like, Cold War modern-day gas masks in, Battlefield 5.
This is about the team now.
As I said before, if you want to read these, just pause it when you watch it back.
We'll get them out, Rivers. Even if it means crossing the Annihilation line.
Right, I'll put the skill point into hacking now, because I'm actually at a point now where it's more likely to be useful. Didn't really pick up many resources at all, did I, on that last mission? I might as well just craft 8 of those. Don't need any more lockpicks. I'll just sell that scrap again for now to clear up some inventory space. And that gives me room for, because I've got no pipe bombs, or I might as well sell the shotgun and the shotgun shells, because I've got a really good pistol, and shotguns still won't kill Terminators. I'll sell the M16 and the M16 ammo as well, and then I'll just buy loads of pistol ammo. Because of just how good the damage is on that highball or whatever it's called. And yeah, that gives me quite good amounts of stuff. Probably need a couple more medkits. I'll spend the rest on red plasma cells. Right.
That's quite some news, Rivers. Can't imagine what's going through your head. How are you feeling?
Shocked, to say the least.
Yeah, I've played Dead Island and Dying Light, because they're the same developer, aren't they?
Gonna get tough.
I liked Dying
I
Light,
don't
but I
wanna
didn't
put
like
anyone in
really like the parkour
I'm gonna stop you
mechanics.
right there. I've been fighting my whole life and never.
But yeah,
really
both
knew
Dead
what I
Island
was
and
fighting
Dying Light
for.
I did like. I just didn't like the fact you
Now
had to
I
constantly
finally
keep
have an answer that
crafting new
makes sense
weapons
to me.
because like how the level
Your
scaling
father?
worked.
Actual family. That's something worth fighting for. And we're going to get him back, Rivers. The things I do to talk to my dad, even if it was just for a moment.
What would you say?
You're putting me on the spot, but... Well, I've never met my father. I guess that's not uncommon these days. So, I guess I would say, hi, nice to finally meet you. But more importantly, do you know what you're gonna say?
I don't know. I hope that I can find the right words when we see him. If I can recognize him, that is.
Don't worry about that. It'll come to you.
Have you talked to Reese yet?
I'm not gonna bother him yet. Just look at the craziness he has to deal with. I'll give him some space. We'll probably talk when we get back from the mission.
Yeah, I did like a lot of the mechanics in Dying Light. It's just I'd kind of prefer it if the game played a bit differently, if that makes sense. But I don't think it's a bad game at all. It's just not one that I personally really liked. But yeah, saying this is the skyline in the game that definitely reminds me of sort of Fallout 3. Sort of what's it like the Washington DC ruins sort of thing. Like looking at that bit there, that looks like that could have been sort of a nuke crater. Are all the buildings bent in the same way? Because one of the interesting things you sometimes see from like nuke tests is that depending on where the bomb blast is, like all the buildings will bend in a certain way depending on like the radius of the actual blast. Well, I don't know if they'd have detailed that, but I just thought that would be quite an interesting thing if they'd actually shown that. But... I really like it, Memes and Strategy. This is the second time playing it, because I played it through on hard first, not on the stream. There's a couple of things in it that kind of are better when you replay it, because there's bits where, you know, like, in terms of spending your skill points, where, like, lockpicking isn't very useful in this DLC at all, because I think it's only on, like, the first open world bit you find locks that actually need picking up more than very easy. So you ought to put points into hacking instead, that sort of thing. But overall, I thought it was really good. If you like Terminator 1, you'll really like it, because there's loads of Terminator 1 references in this.
I know this is a lot for you to take in, but I can't have anyone on my team distracted. Not now. Is that understood?
We've got a difficult mission ahead of us. I want to know the details.
After all you've heard, you're still focused. I appreciate that, Rose. And you're right. This will be a difficult mission. Anselmo mentioned 2 targets. We'll start with the Skynet factory. Of course, that means we'll have to cross the Annihilation line first.
Seems like a lot for a 4-person team.
It is. I want each of us to take a sector over the Annihilation line. Once we're there, our responsibility will be to cause as much damage as possible. I want Skynet to notice. When it does, it will send reinforcements from the factory, leaving the place unprotected. That's where we'll regroup before we get our people out. I know that I'm asking you for a lot, but I don't see any alternative.
We all know the risk, sir, and we're prepared to take it.
I'm sure you all do, Rivers. But that doesn't change the fact that I'm the one that's asking you to cross the Annihilation line.
It's a tough call, and I'm glad I'm not the one making it. I wouldn't be surprised if you're not completely comfortable making it either.
You deserve honesty, Rivers. But if I were to speak freely, I would have to say things that a soldier shouldn't hear from his commander. Get your gear. We're moving out soon.
Do you believe these people are still alive, Sergeant?
The old man mentioned that Skynet took them to a work camp. If that's the case, we're lucky.
What do you mean?
Skynet won't start exterminating their prisoners until the camp's at full capacity, or when their objective has been completed. These people are valuable to Skynet. They'll keep your father alive, Rivers.
Are you sure Skynet will take the bait?
You have to remember that Skynet is just a machine, a program that works according to protocols. And that works to our advantage. They're predictable, and that's going to be Skynet's downfall.
Right, so I'll definitely have time on this stream to do the next mission and do all the side objectives on it, but I'll probably stop it after that because I think it will easily be gone 8 PM by the time I finish this mission.
We should be able to see it from that hill.
I smell something burning.
I'm just imagining things. Or not.
Holy shit.
It stretches as far as the eye can see.
And it'll continue to move forward. That's why we need to focus on our objective. We have to create as much havoc as we can.
I think they've got that covered.
We need Skynet to take the bait. Once they do, they will withdraw some of their forces from that factory. And that's when they'll strike. Everyone knows where their sector is?
I played...
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Is Terminator Salvation the one that was on PS3 and probably the 360? And it was like the really easy game to get the Platinum Trophy on. If so, I've definitely played that. It's like the Gears of War type one, isn't it? Where it's like a cover shooter. And based on like the future wars in Terminator Salvation, rather than Terminator 1 and 2.
Yes, sir.
But there was, yeah, T600s, weren't there, in Terminator Salvation? Yeah, I've definitely played it.
Rivers.
Because they're in this
One more
DLC.
thing. There used to be a resistance shelter in your sector. It was probably raided when our soldiers withdrew, but it might be worth investigating.
Yeah, I've got a copy on PS3 somewhere on my shelf. Somewhere.
Fuck is that? Sir, I found a target, but I don't think I've got enough explosives to make a dent in it.
Take a picture. I want to see it.
Yeah, I've already taken a picture.
Sending the picture now.
I see what you mean now. You have to find out what they're using it for. The computer and the nearby outpost should give us some answers.
And what about the excavator?
Find a way to destroy it.
You mentioned an old resistance shelter. I'll see if there are any explosives left that I can use.
That looks like...
Let me just reconfigure the guns because of
your best option.
So-
Over and out.
One thing that does actually impress me in this for a low-budget game is the proper light refractions, or whatever you want to call it, refractions in the puddles. Like, I don't think it refracts everything. Actually, saying that, the silverfish, yeah, is reflecting. Okay, so yeah, it has fairly good reflections in the puddles on this for, like, a low-budget game. Well, weirdly enough, China has called its AI system for, like, monitoring people's credentials and all that Skynet. Like, what could possibly go wrong? Assume fairly soon I'll have enough chips to make my guns a lot better than they currently are. Yeah, plasma guns. It's like that thing we were saying on the stream the other day where the AI that some company did, if Facebook or Microsoft or whatever it was, started talking to itself in its own language. You know, like it literally invented a more efficient language to talk to itself in, and people couldn't work out what it was saying to itself.
Wide open.
Yeah, I'm on PC at the moment. I'm streaming it via the NVIDIA, like, shadow play thing, whatever it's called. The only annoying thing with the NVIDIA thing is it doesn't always seem to work. Like, sometimes I have to constantly restart the PC to get, like, the YouTube integration to work with it. I don't know if it's any better on Twitch or, like, some of the other things you can stream on. Hello. But yeah, the annoying thing with
enough explosives to bring that excavator down.
Like saying, the annoying thing with the YouTube integration, at least with the NVIDIA thing, is it seems quite often I have to just restart my PC to get it to work again.
Shit.
Yep, Dan, so yep, they'll soon be asking for your papers every time you want to go somewhere. So yeah, that is disappointing, isn't it? Because I heard earlier there was like 40 to 70 people, but then I think they were doing like more than one vote, weren't they, or something? But yeah.
They set a trap. It didn't go off.
Like I've said before, as much as I'm pro-vaccination, I'm totally against the idea of mandatory vaccinations or requiring people to have vaccines to go somewhere. That seems very unethical to me, but you know. What do I know? I'm not a politician. Which one's plasma TCR? Oh, it's the M14 one. Right, I'll make that my primary gun then. So if I put that one there, and then upgrade. Let's put all the damage chips on this one I can. So damage, and have I got another? There we go. So that makes this one now have over 200 damage, although this one I think shoots in 2-shot bursts, but this is a fairly good gun until you get the violet plasma ones, just because of the fact that, you know, essentially it's just a double shot high damage thing. Doesn't have a scope, but that's red dot. But yeah, I suppose at least a lot of these tech things, the companies aren't good enough to make them that efficient yet.
I should set off the trap. It's too risky to have these documents just lying around here. The detonator jammed. Oh shit!
They don't give you that much spare time to do that. You fuck about on it.
I got the explosives.
Did you run into any problems?
No, sir. Proceeding with the main objective.
When you say LFT down, do you mean lateral flow tests? But yeah, I bet they will. And also, at the moment, you can't even get lateral flow tests, can you? Because they've like run out of stock of them, where they've told people to like do them every day if they think they've been in contact with somebody. So again, that's another like stupid thing. Pipe bomb. Oh, my backpack is full. If I got something light, I can drop. I'll just drop me in 16 ammo. Just gonna make 2 lockpicks to take away some more spaces in the inventory. Yeah. I've got another skill point. Right, so I've got all the fast learners. Probably ought to just get backpack 2 at this point, because I can already make the violet plasma cells, which is the main thing I want for like the next mission onwards. Right. Oh, Cunt and the Gang, or whatever the Cunts, isn't it? The name of like the punk sort of band he does now. Have done a new version of Boris Johnson as a fucking cunt, which is called Boris Johnson is Still a Fucking Cunt. But the tune of it's to Gary Glitter's Rock and Roll. It's quite catchy. So I think it's in a few days' time. If you buy it or download it or whatever, you can have the potential of getting it into the UK #1 Christmas chart. So I'll definitely buy at least one version of it when like the date of the Christmas chart thing's open. I don't actually know. Fallout Cinema. Alright, let's try my M14 style plasma gun. Yeah, that's a lot higher damage. Well, there's certainly, I think we can agree, a lot of politicians and people in high society that might have done certain things to children. You know, noncery and, you know, like if you think about Epstein and all the stuff like that, the clientele he served and had dirt on. Yes, right, I don't want to be suicided now, so I'll shut up about that, but I'm sure, like you're saying, we know what you're on about. I wonder if this does more damage to the plasma turret. About the same. See the glow. Right, I'm going to attempt to hack this turret now. Right, so... it's not even looking in the direction I was standing. That's easy. In my opinion, I reckon both parties are probably just as bad as each other, and that's not me trying to defend the Tories. That's just me saying I think you're a bit naive if you think only one political party would have those sort of inclinations, you know. Yeah, it's a good mask, isn't it, Justin? Business meetings. Yeah, rule for them and rule for us. I'll just shoot those nibs to get a little bit of XP for doing it, so it means that, you know, you get your levels a bit faster, which is good when you want to get the violet plasma weapons. Because there's like a side objective in the Skynet base on this mission, and that gets you a load of violet plasma weapons, which are obviously really useful at the end of this DLC. But annoyingly, when I first played this, I didn't have the crafting skill to make more plasma rounds.
Explosives.
So, you know, I'd done that really annoying thing of like being, oh, I have really good weapons and I can't use them because, you know, I wasted the ammo, the violet plasma ammo on like regular Terminators rather than using it on things like HKs, which, you know, only take damage from the purple plasma. Yes. So there's a bit of one over here that I've not searched. Is it one of his arms? Or is it because he's landed? I think it's just because he's landed partway through the ground. I can't pick up, I think. Ah, 70 plasma sounds isn't bad. Yeah, better again today, Dan, than yesterday. The only annoying thing was last night, I didn't sleep very well. As in, you know, I woke up during the night and it took me absolute hours to get... I'll concentrate on this front door. Fuck's sake. Took me absolute hours to get back to sleep again. Yeah, other than that, I'm good.
It's coming down.
Hell of a job, Rivers. Evans, you're hopeless. Now Skynet will know how it feels to bleed.
I think it's the power corrupts thing, Nick, in all honesty. Rich, I think even a broken clock's right twice a day or that sort of thing. Right, so I want to go west now, all the objectives are west. That's a bit of a waste of a cane. I sort of think that Flazzy, but like I said, my personal opinion on politics is I'm fairly libertarian, as in people should have quite a lot of rights and the government should only really have the powers to protect the state, you know, in terms of like sensible law enforcement and a standing army type thing. It certainly should have lots of powers over what you're allowed to think and say and everything like that. Funny how a Terminator stream's turning into a politics stream. Like, one of the things that really annoys me at the moment is all the parties wanting to go super green, despite the fact in England, or like just the UK in general, we're actually very green compared to lots of the world. So why are we now spending more money making regular people poorer to go more green? You know, when what we actually... oh, I guess I have to loop around the other way then, do I? Right. But, you know, that sort of thing of like, oh, you need to have these water pumps or whatever it is, heat pumps in your houses that are really expensive because they're less efficient than the gas boiler. But, you know, we need to get to like climate neutral by whatever year or whatever. Ah, T-47s. Down, one to go. There he is. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Bad. Can't get very good pictures apparently. Right. Pipe bomb for you, not pipe bomb, big old hand grenade. It sounds like he's watching his missiles, so I'm gonna run. Right, that's fairly easy on normal with this super duck plasma gun. Yeah, well, like I've said before, one of my favourite green things is nuclear power, but apparently that's not green according to modern green people. But, you know, like, you could literally in somebody's house install an RTG heat pump. Now, I know that's obviously probably a dangerous idea and you wouldn't want to do it, but compared to those, like, heat pumps they use at the moment, RTGs are actually really efficient at that. That's a radio isotope thermal electric generator. But they're just kind of a thing where you use decay heat from radioactive, you know, like decay. You use that heat to create energy using a thermal battery. Is there anything I need to do around here? Go here. Deal with these guys before I go any further. Yeah, this plasma gun's really fucking good. Harry? Oh, I'm stuck on a box. Oh no. Oh, that was lucky. Stuck on a little burnout container. Exactly, there's stuff like solar and that I think is good, but you have to use it appropriately. You can't just say, oh, we're going to make everything solar powered. Like, I think solar panels are good if you've got like spare room on your roof to generate a bit of extra electricity, or if you're off grid kind of stuff. But yeah, again, all this stuff is, you know, you can't necessarily use it in its current form everywhere. But how dare you! Yeah, hydro is a really good source of power if you've got the right place to put it in. Again, in Britain we should have a lot more tidal power, you know, considering we're an island, but no, they don't do that, because I guess there's not enough bribes involved, maybe.
Anything yet, Rivers?
Nothing so far, sir. It could be a bogus lead.
Keep your eyes open.
Heading to the control room. Approaching.
It's like a laser M14, yeah. Or plasma M14, so yeah, it's like a grand M14 looking thing, but it just shoots plasma rounds.
Sir, I've neutralized my 2 main targets.
Alright, Rivers. Unless you need some time to finish any secondary objectives, you can proceed to the extraction point. We'll meet you at that factory. All this will be over soon.
The intel I found mentioned that the construction of a nearby rail terminal is almost done.
You want to do something about it?
Yes, sir.
Proceed as you see fit.
I definitely do want to do something about it, because it gets me more XP, and I think that's the place on the map where the violet plasma guns are. Hang on, double click it, don't I? You're right, Peach, by the way. Yeah, like, the thing about like that was when they did the climate summit in, it was Glasgow, wasn't it? They did the climate summit recently. Sturgeon did this thing of basically hiring a fleet of electric cars for all the delegates, but because they didn't have enough electric charging points, or they didn't have enough energy on the grid to charge all the cars at the same time, they then decided to put loads of diesel generators in to power the cars. So that's great, isn't it? That's less efficient than actually driving a diesel car, using a diesel generator to recharge an electric car, but you know. Got a virtue signal about how green you are. AR-10s are really cool. I really like the look of the AR-10. But I think there's something just about like 1950s style battle rifles I really like. Yeah, again, it's all virtue signaling, isn't it, Fuzzy? It's not about what's actually good for everybody, it's about, like, oh, I want to look good as a politician. Right, it's definitely somewhere around here in the map you get the purple plasma gun, violet plasma gun. And for the people who don't know, the reason I'm shooting the containers is you get a bit of XP when you shoot them. So therefore it's always a good idea to shoot them, because, all drones. They've actually done more damage to me than some of the Terminators. A lot of them. Have I got some regular pipe grenades? I've got 2. Because they're all like swarming outside that door. Oh, that wouldn't do much. Ceiling. See if I can go out another way and then come out. Ah, yeah, this is the room I was looking for. There we go. Right. Okay, let's sort you out. they coming down yet? They just standing there. Here they come. Right, yeah, but the reason I wanted to get down here is, I'll show you in a second. Let's heal up. Right, Mike? I'm afraid I've been on for about an hour already because I wanted to start streaming about 7 tonight. So I'm not going to be on too much longer. Obviously you can watch some of this back. Are you on Twitch later, Mike? If you are, I'll definitely be on. So the actual one I want is Weapons 5, but I can't get that until the next level because I need level 24. So there's no point getting any stealthing, so there's no point getting lockpicking. Might as well just do backpack for now. Backpack or toughness? I'll do toughness actually, because it's quite a combat heavy DLC. So I can always just start dropping things. So yeah, here we go. We've now got one of the violet plasma guns. So what I'm going to do now is, as soon as I get to the level to use that, that will go into one of the weapon slots, so I can use it to damage, you know, like the really high power Terminator type things. There's only point in getting one of them because I know you can sell them for more money and that, but yeah, I'll drop the sniper one now. Let me just won't bother taking the chips out of it. I'll drop that one as well. Don't need it. Yeah, so I'll take that because that's very useful near the end of this DLC when you've got loads of HKs. And now I've got 6 rockets for that, so I should be able to take down quite a lot of HKs now. But yeah, saying that was the main mistake I made the first time I played this DLC, was not getting the crafting skill up to actually make the purple, like violet plasma rounds. So I wasn't actually able to really make good use of them once I got those guns. So there looks like there's something up there, great. Get up there, I guess, and go around. Oh, I suppose I'll do that from the stairwell. Can I get around? Yeah, it's a bit awkward. But looks like I can actually just do this. Right, I'll see you on Twitch later. I was saying to people earlier, not the mic, the annoying thing was last night I went to bed at a decent time, fell asleep, but then woke up about 2 AM and couldn't get to sleep again for hours. But I did at least listen to like audiobook type stuff, you know, when I couldn't get to sleep. Ooh, these, definitely didn't find these last time. Right, so I found 25% damage, 40% fire rate, clip 50%. Seeing as they'll all go into this one, I might just put all those chips in there ready. There we go. Although, I'll replace the fire rate one with the damage one, actually. Because purple plasma rounds are pretty scarce, I want to do as much damage as possible per shot and not waste any ammo with it. Stalker has that, Alex. So all the free Stalker games, the more you carry, the faster your stamina runs out, and if you're carrying too much, you can't run at all. So I only need to get another... I might actually do the next mission after this one, because I'm not feeling too tired, and if Mike and everybody else is on and feels like watching. I sometimes do. Like, not people talking ASMR, but I do like ambient noise things, like rain or blizzard sort of sounds. But yeah, even last night that wasn't helping, so I just listened to some audio stuff because I couldn't get to sleep. Alright, that's fine, Mike. If you miss a bit, just watch it back, I'd say. Yeah, Rich, could you imagine a motorbike with lithium batteries, how bloody explosive that'd be? You look like, what's his name, that superhero that's like a burning corpse. It's not Knight Rider, is it? Knight Rider's the bloke in the car. What's the superhero guy that's like a skeleton on the bike? No, only reason I didn't play Tarkov was because of all the, like, pre-order bonus crap they did with it. Really put me off. I might as well just brute force this with all my spare chips now. Ghost Rider, yes, thank you. Ghost Rider. That was the one I was thinking of. So yeah, you'd end up as Ghost Rider if you had your lithium battery cell powered Has it got stuck? Or at least get a really good flow with it like that. Can I get a first flavor? Oh, I'll just kill it. I think you only see a couple of these in the entire DLC. Quite a lot of XP for killing this, so might as well take this down as soon as possible. Oh, it's seen me. Crap. I suppose the turrets will deal with it fairly soon. Yeah, there we go, 974 XP. Good. I'll get probably a load of good loot from that. Yeah, as I was saying, we all meant Ghost Rider. No, the problem with Fallout 4 is, for some reason, I don't know why, oh, it's because it runs on fucking Gamebryo, is when I was playing that recently, the more I played it, the more the saves just took longer and longer to load, and it just got to the point where it made me really annoyed. I've completed it before, but you know, it's just so frustrating that, you know, the game, it's because of how unoptimized the engine is.
Don't leave any behind.
Understood. Skynet will be using this terminal for a long time.
Outstanding work, Rivers.
Not spotted me, it said something else. Unless it was just the noise from setting the explosion. Oh no, there's some Terminators coming. I might as well just let the turrets deal with them and I'll save my own autonomy. Yeah, so I still get the XP. Yeah, but even with that, I tried deleting save games, and that's meant to fix it, and it didn't. But apparently a lot of the problem is that it doesn't remove, like, lots of junk from the game. You know, because lots of games, open world games, have a thing where after, you know, an enemy has been dead for a certain amount of time, the ragdoll disappears and stuff like that. And apparently the problem is, with Fallout 4, lots of stuff doesn't despawn properly. So the longer you play the game, the more, yeah, like, bloated it gets, because there's more and more stuff the game has to keep track of, to the point it just makes the game incredibly sluggish. I like the actual game, I just think the game engine it runs on is utter shit, because it's the same game engine they used in Morrowind. And they're still using it. The new version of Skyrim still uses it. Bethesda's not going to get rid of it until they're forced to. I've not actually played Halo Infinite. Is that the new one that came out that's actually free to play? Well, I've not actually played it. I like Halo Combat Evolved, the first one. I actually have to watch that one, Rich, because I can't remember that one, but it doesn't surprise me, because like I said, I had a lithium battery explode and it was on charge in this room. And it's still got scorch marks on the wall and carpet. You know, if you were near it, you'd have lost some fingers at least at a minimum. You know, I was just bloody lucky I was in the house, but not near the charger. So I was able to put the fire out, but, you know, I didn't get any of my body parts blown off. And I was also lucky that, you know, there wasn't anything really expensive near it at the time. Because if I'd have got, like, say, my camcorder, that would have been $1,000 wiped out. If that was, you know, in the, like, plug socket next door or whatever. So yeah, my advice is only buy good lithium batteries and only use good lithium chargers. That way you massively minimise the risk of them just blowing you to smithereens. Like, lithium batteries are cool and all, but you don't want a cheap lithium charger and cheap lithium batteries. That's an awful combination. I see, I can go either way to exit the level. Yeah, I mean, the good thing at least of a mobile phone is, I think, at least the mobile phone doesn't seem to be that unstable unless it's on charge. So I'll do the Skynet research facility, then I'll finish the stream. Yeah, Nick, they're really bad, aren't they, for that? Like, that's what I was saying. I was just lucky with this one. It was, you know, nobody was close enough to it at the time that it physically hurt anybody. And that I could beat the fire out pretty quickly because, you know, I noticed straight away it happened. But, you know, with all, like, the rules on explosives to do with terrorism and that, you'd think they'd be stricter on lithium batteries because,
Looks like Skynet's
you know, they're a lot more dangerous than I think fertilizer is for what it is.
Skynet's just a predictable piece of computer software. We can use that against them. The plan is simple. We infiltrate the target building and secure the prisoners. Once we find the people we're looking for, we leave. Rivers, I want us to pick apart what's left of their surveillance. Mark the remaining terminals for Evans to take out.
Roger that.
I'm in position.
Target acquired. Target down. Taking it down. Done. Affirmative. Target down.
Let's move. This way.
The fuck is that? I'm gonna be sick. Wait, does that mean...
Lots of open guns.
This factory's been in operation for a long time. This must be old.
Doesn't look very old, Reese, does it? Looks like that's pretty fresh, ground up corpses.
Rivers, we need to get through that gate.
On it.
Step back. We're going in. Keep sharp.
Danger ahead. T-47, up there! Watch your back!
Have any grenades?
Now, pilot's rebooting.
It's wrapping up!
I died a lot doing this bit on hard, just because there's not very good covering. But luckily you can actually just run out and run back in, which I didn't realise. Yeah, this is new DLC. Yeah, I completely agree with you there, Nick. I think we should have a lot more regulation on stuff like that because of how many people they can potentially kill and maim.
T-47 down.
Because ideally you need the lithium cells that have all the protection in them to stop them overheating when charging. You know, safety built into the battery itself, and chargers that have, you know, all the safeties built into them as well. So the charger, you know, monitors the heat of the battery and shuts off if it notices the battery gets too hot. But lots of them, you know, don't have that safety on either. So you're essentially just cooking a grenade at that point. Oh good, I've got my point now, haven't I? Skills. Weapons 5. Right, I won't use the plasma, purple plasma, until I need to use it on stuff that's actually a threat to me. You know, like HKs and things like that. This is the reason this bit's really annoying on hard, just there's no good cover in there. Might as well put the heavy duty first aid kits now on as my primary first aid kits. Right, I definitely want to have another point in toughness now, because of how much damage everything does at this point in the game.
We need to get to the lower levels. Follow me.
I like some ammo first.
Down here. Cover!
Two in front!
Just one now.
We gotta keep moving. We'll keep the prisoners deep underground. Terminators!
Another turret.
Nicely done!
Contact!
We're good to go! I know these signs. We're close.
Fuck me, is that?
The grinder. Yeah.
I never wanted to see it up close.
Keep your eyes open.
So yeah, that's what they put all the dead people in, to turn them into mulch. Because I suppose the big grinder is probably more efficient than an oven. I mean, I don't really get why Skynet would be too concerned with actually disposing of the bodies properly, because they're not going to catch diseases, are they, robots from them? But
There must be more.
yeah, obviously
We
they
have to
put
keep
them in
going.
here, and then there's like a bulldozer
Reese,
blade that
let's
pushes
go.
them into the big, you know, like sewage compactor type thing.
Contact!
And this is another bit when I was playing on hard that I died on loads of times just because of how many like Terminators there are in this area. Try and get that one before I move on, actually. Just do a deal with him here. Maybe.
We're sitting ducks here!
There's more!
Up there!
River, take it down!
Let me go back now.
Incoming!
Evans, cover! We need to get off this catwalk!
Under heavy fire!
There they are!
We're getting pummeled!
There they are!
I'll go back to the chat in a minute when I'm not focusing on not being killed by all these Terminators.
Follow my lead!
Yeah, it sounds awful, Nick, but yeah, I can definitely understand how that would happen because of how powerful, you know, they are. And imagine if you had like an entire charging rack of those batteries go up at once. You know, like one blows up and it just takes all the rest of them out of it.
Holy fuck! How many are there?
They're still offline.
What the fuck? This is... I fucking knew it!
Pharaoh.
It's all that talk about Connor? He was on a fucking mission to terminate him!
He got me out of that camp. I wanted to thank him.
Bullshit. Wait, did you sabotage my mines? The ones I set up at the hideout? You won't get away with this.
This stops now. It's all in here. Evans was not in prison. He was in a research facility. He used his likeness to create a new type of infiltration.
But
But how do I know that? From John Connor. I didn't want to believe it. But so far, everything Connor has said has come true.
that's impossible.
Shit. It says in here that the implementation of Cyberdyne Systems Model 102 is finished.
What does that mean?
But they no longer have any use for those people. We gotta move. They moved all the prisoners to that second location. We won't find any of them here.
Then why are we moving forward?
Because we need to burn this fucker to the ground.
The thing is, I could understand if you were like on private land in a big bit of concrete and you wanted to shoot one with an air rifle from far away. I could understand doing that for fun. But yeah, like, just the idea of how unregulated they are for what they are.
The T-800 production line is live!
How about we focus on the ones shooting at us? 12 o'clock!
There's more of them on the other side!
Where to now?
First, let's take out those drones. We need to deactivate those laser barriers. That's where the main generator is.
How much ammo do I actually have for the plasma one?
Keep firing!
Let me assign it to an actual thing. 187 rounds. I'll show you what it does quickly for one of them. As you can see, it is really good, the purple plasma. It's just no point wasting the ammo for it on regular Terminators. Because you can use it to actually damage HKs.
I see it, over there.
Rivers, get yourself up there. Secure the perimeter.
It's too quiet. This is getting me nervous.
Behind you!
If it takes replaceable cells, it's not always like the actual lamp itself that will be a fault, whether it would be the brand of battery potentially or the
What's your
charger.
status?
Still looking.
Radio in as soon as you found that computer.
Yes, sir.
I'll just run straight to the end of this bit.
Ah, shit! I'm almost there. I can see the computer. Barriers are down.
Nicely done, Rivers. Now get down here. We need to go. Rivers, Farrell, set up the explosives.
That's one. And another.
I think there'll only be about
That's
5 minutes left on this
Right
stream, by
behind
the way.
you.
All right, we need to get some distance between us and that generator. Let's move.
We've stayed here long enough.
Reese, I think we're far enough.
Do it!
Detonating in 3, 2, 1.
We'll make it.
We're almost there.
Through the main gate.
What a fucking shit show.
Right, this will. I'll just let this bit play out, then I'll Yep, there we go. This will be literally where I'll quit now, because that will have been a save point now. Actually, what I'll do is I'll start the mission, but I won't go any further than the start of it. I'll just do this bit so I can craft the plasma rounds and all that. So that's 150 purple plasma rounds. What's that? Some more of those. This is a supply thing. Use those. I think this is the last crafting bench in the game, so any spare bits I've got now I'm just going to sell. So priority-wise, I will buy those rockets I'm using. Because you can't buy purple plasma rounds, that's the only problem in this game. I think they forgot to include those. So yeah, definitely want more rockets in my rocket launcher, definitely want more medkits. Right, that's all my money used up then. So we've got a... actually, sell the Terminator knives, I'm not going to need those now. Won't use the plasma minigun, I'm just going to use these weapons I've got set up. Okay, that gives me a bit more money, so we'll get some hand grenades. Right, there we go. Right. So that's set up ready for the final battle, so we'll just do the bits where we talk to these people now, and then that'll be the end of it.
This changes nothing, so keep your head up.
How can you be so calm after everything that's happened?
I don't know. Maybe because if there's one mission that's worth pursuing, it's this one. It gives me purpose.
I've played one of the really old Wastelands, you know, the one that was made by the people that made Fallout 1 before they made Fallout 1.
Like nothing was keeping me here, and that maybe I was supposed to die back then. I started to feel like I was living on borrowed time. Yeah, I know how it sounds. But now I know what I'm doing, and that gives me hope. Sorry, Rivers. I've got some things to do. I need to apologize to Evans. He's alright.
Alright, Punches, you'll literally just come on about 2 minutes before I end this stream. Because I've been on for an hour and a half already. I'm just talking to the NPCs before I like get to the save point. Yeah, it definitely reminds me a lot of Fallout 3, that sort of nuke sort of cities game.
How are you feeling about all this?
About what? The botched mission or becoming Skynet's new face?
Does it make you proud?
Huh?
Well, Skynet probably did hundreds of tests, trying to find a perfect human specimen to replicate. And they ended up selecting you.
So I should see it as winning the lottery.
Yeah.
I don't.
I won the
After
lottery!
you
That
won,
guy in New
life after
Vegas.
getting back is going to look very different. Getting clearance from Brass is going to be an even bigger pain in the ass.
Yeah, I imagine you're gonna get a lot of looks.
Huh.
What? What's wrong?
I've seen it already. I saw that look the day they freed us from the facility. I was locked in a cell, cramped with dozens of people standing shoulder to
I'll
shoulder.
check out Wasteland 3 at some point then.
And suddenly we started hearing noise. Blasts from a plasma rifle coming from the distance.
What did you think it was?
I was sure that they started exterminating cages one by one. And it was just a matter of time before it was our turn. Then we heard someone yell. It turned out it was a tech comm unit. And among the soldiers, there he was. John Connor himself. He opened the cage and we all started cheering. And then something happened. In a room full of people jumping for joy, Connor noticed me.
Yeah, let's say you're a big guy. You're a big guy. He said, like, what's the bit from the Batman thing of, well, you're a big guy for you. Yeah,
You're a big guy. You stand out.
No,
yeah, I am Bannerlord.
that's not it. His eyes stayed on me just a second too long. And
I've
at
not
that
played it in
moment, I
ages though,
started
actually,
fearing
because they've probably
for life.
put loads more content into it since I last
It
played
was as
Bannerlord.
if in that split second he was figuring out whether to shoot me or not. Not the entire cage, just me. All of a sudden, the relief of being saved was gone.
He knew about you. About the new model.
You must have. That's actually why I wanted to meet him. I wanted to ask him if I was just imagining things. I guess I've got my answer. Never in my life did I feel so helpless. I was boiling with rage. So on my way out of there...
You smashed a Terminator with your bare hands.
Yeah. It's a lot to process. I need some time to think this through. Thanks for the talk, Rivers.
Yeah, I'll definitely check it out again, because I bought that, you know, like I pre-ordered it as soon as you could, and I really liked what was available in it when it first came out. It was just that obviously, you know, when it first came out there was a lot of glitches and everything, and then I sort of thought, oh, I'll play it in a few months when they fixed a lot, and I completely forgot about it.
Can't believe it. Outsmarted by
Alright, Fuzzy, yeah, I'm literally finishing in a minute, so
a computer program.
have a good evening.
We need a break, Sarge.
Might as well. Seems that all this time spent on coming up with a plan is getting us nowhere. You want to join me?
Yes, sir.
So yeah, we'll do all the dialogue bits here, and then that'll be a perfect save point for finishing this tomorrow.
That's what we're living through right now. At least I hope it is. If the dark years are still to come.
Does he always speak in code?
Guess he does. I don't understand half of the things he tells me. Even worse, he makes me memorize things that make no sense to me. Messages to people I've never even met. It feels like he's putting me through tests, you know? Preparing me to be part of something. Some grand scheme.
So, why do you trust him?
There used to be a simple answer to that question. Connor saved me. Taught me how to fight. For a moment, I was even naive enough to think that he prepared me for everything that's out there.
Yeah, it sounds really weird, Jose, if that's how your name's pronounced.
And that used to be enough.
And now?
Now? Things are different. I've lost most of my previous squad, and I've put the new one in danger by crossing the Annihilation line. What the hell is all this for? I envy you, Rivers. You've at least got something to fight for.
I'll do everything to get my father out of there. I'll fight for the lives of the other prisoners with the same commitment.
How did I know you'd say something like that, Rivers?
That's not all, Sarge. That Terminator factory that we just destroyed, it couldn't be a coincidence.
What do you mean?
I think Connor knew what we would find there. He knew about Evans's role in this whole operation. He certainly knew about mine. He sent us here for a reason.
It does sound like something Connor would do.
I believe there's a place in this whole puzzle for every one of us.
Funny. For someone who believes there's no such thing as fate, Connor likes to watch things happen exactly as he intended to.
Unfortunately, those things sometimes come at cost. But I don't think Connor will put you through more than he thinks you can handle.
Damn it, Rivers. It shouldn't be your responsibility to talk your commander off the ledge.
We all need a break sometimes, Sarge.
You may be right. Thank you. I needed a fresh perspective. Now, if you don't mind, I got something to do before we leave.
Prepare gear and ammo?
No. I need that word with Farrell. It's been long overdue.
Alright, so I've got another skill point to spend, so... literally no point using it on anything but toughness now, because we're going to be in like the last bit of the game where it's just going to be shooting stuff. So, yep, go to sleep, and then the next mission will start, and then as soon as that starts and we're past the loading screen where there's a save point, I'll end the stream. So we go, Skynet Prison Camp. So this is the sort of last proper mission of the game. Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. So yeah, I should be on tomorrow and finish this tomorrow around the same time, because that's about 3/4 of the game. It's all DLC finished now, I think. So like I said, this is just like one more mission now. It's mostly an action mission. so I'll end it here. So thanks for watching, everybody, and have a good evening. And yeah, I'll finish this off tomorrow, probably at a similar time. Obviously, if you missed the stream, just watch it back if you're interested in seeing the end of the game and me playing it.